In my journey starting a reselling business, this is the first week I feel like I'm starting to lose momentum.
So anyway, that's the update I want to share.
And instead of giving this week's video an optimistic spin, I'm just gonna be real with you guys.
Oh, there's a cigarette butt in there. That's disgusting.
Sales have slowed down.
150 bucks, half price. And I looked over at the checkout area and there was a huge line. I might have to abandon my cart.
Inclement weather has made some logistics tough.
Now we have to leave, we got errands we gotta run.
And I just haven't been performing at the top of my game.
Oh God, I have to clean up that, and I forgot to do this, and I didn't shoot this part for the video. And
after losing my job as an unscripted television producer, my goal has been to grow a reselling business and make YouTube videos full-time.
Oops, I'm going the wrong way. I just realized I'm going the wrong direction.
This week was hard, but I just tried to keep working, tried to keep showing up.
This week, I'm also doing trading cards.
And it is through these more challenging weeks that I start to see the weak spots in my business.
The listing of items has definitely been the hardest part for me.
So whether you're a seasoned reseller who has their own business, or you're someone who's just getting started like me, or you're just a thrift enthusiast who's here for the thrill of the hunt, please consider subscribing so I can continue sharing what I'm learning and continuing to make these videos.
My whole goal is to keep doing this as long as I possibly can.
Now let's get to work.
All right, good morning. Kicking off another week here. I'm kind of rushing to pull all the stuff that people ordered over the weekend and bag it and tag it. I sold the Holy Name crew neck. This one sold on Depop. I got it for $3.99, sold it for $15. After everything, I'm getting $9.74. A quick nickel is better than a slow dime. I think that's what they say. Two other things going out this morning. We got the LL Bean robe, which happens to be right in the front there, and that right there is the bar vest that I got in the last video. LL Bean flannel robe. I got this robe at the Goodwill bins. I paid $1.89 for it, sold for $32. I'm netting $23.68 on the robe. And the last item, which I'm very excited about, which was a fantastic pull, and someone made a funny comment in my last video. It says, have a drink every time he says the word pull, which is, it got me laughing. I say that a lot, don't I? I'm sorry. That green quilted barber vest that I got at half price day in my Black Friday video, bought it for $6.74, guys, and sold for $75. After everything, I'm netting $64.58 on that one item, all bagged and tagged right here, so I could drop it off at the post office. And it's Monday, and we have half price Monday at the Savers, and then I have to pick my daughter up from school, and then we are going to list a bunch of stuff. All the Black Friday stuff, I haven't listed any of it yet, and it's Monday, guys. I really dropped the ball, had to get our Christmas tree, had to decorate the house, had to, do family stuff. Also, one more thing, birthday present. My wife got me a great birthday present. I feel like all of my fellow resellers, when you see this, you're gonna go, oh yeah, he did it, baby. He got one. Pow! Box cutter, nice and sharp. Quick on the draw, too. And then goes right away, nice and compact. It's even got your little screwdriver if you need to screw something in. Okay, it's a Milwaukee branded. The cool thing is though, when you take that out and you got to do the box and you do one of those bad boys, you just feel like a bad mamba jamba, is what I'll say about that. And then this is also a PSA for you guys. If you need to change out your razor blade and your box cutter, do it, because it's like butter when you do that, and then you put it away like that, pop, and you just put it. It's got the clip. You put it right in there. Boom. And you can kind of walk around about your day, and nobody really knows that at a moment's notice, if you find a suitable box for your needs, you pop this bad boy out, you click it, you break it down, and it's coming home with us. Highly recommend this one. Link in description.
It's all right, packages. It's just a little bit of snow. I know how to drive in the snow. You'll be fine. I'm about to drop you off at your forever home. No, it's not the post office. The post office is just a stop on the way to your forever home. A nice mail person will put you in their mail truck, and then maybe you'll even fly on a plane. I don't know. After I drop you off at the post office, that's the end of your dealings with me. I'm entrusting the post office to care for you, give you a better life than I could. But they're going to take you to your forever home, and then at that point, that person will have their way with you and give you a nice life, wear you, love you, and enjoy you. But you never know. Maybe one day you'll make your way back to me. Ain't no telling in this world. I have a PO box in there, guys, by the way. In my life, I always thought maybe one day I'd be the guy that has a PO box. I never knew when that time would come. But guys, I'm 38. The day has come. I'm a man with a PO box. The woman working inside the post office in there was like having a hard day. She was like, listen, I don't want to be working. I want to leave this job. I don't want to do this anymore. I feel that so hard, and this is a message to all of you that this is probably the hardest time of the year to work, right? You've been working, you've been grinding all year. You just want to get cozy for the holidays, be at home, be with your family. It's tough to go back to the grindstone and grind out the last couple of weeks before Christmas, and hopefully you have some time off around the holidays. But not everybody does, obviously. And so this is a message to you that just stay strong and do your best. Do the best you can. And if you are having a hard time, if that job is bringing you down, comment below. Share it with us. Sound off in the comments. I want to hear from you. I'll read your comment. I'll reply to you. It's part of this community. We can support each other. Now that we're here at Savers, let's go inside. Half price Monday here at Savers. Let's see what we got. Look, there's a school bus up there. See the school bus? I mean, it's cool if there's like a kids field trip to Savers and they're like, everybody, this is how you go thrifting. That would actually be something you should teach kids. Or maybe the bus driver is just on his lunch break and he's like, I gotta pop by Savers for the 50% off half price Monday. Gold Star. Well, it's busy in here today. That I can say with certainty. Oh, mechanical keyboard, look at that. Check that out. All right, we're looking for horror VHS. That's what we want. That's what does well. Got some Sorel boots here. Looks like they've barely been worn. $40. Women's size 8. Those riding boots are pretty nice. Sell-through rate is like maybe 15, 20%. And they go for like 70, 80, 90 if you're lucky. For $40, it's not bad. I just don't totally know. And it seems like a slow sell-through, so I'm leaving them. I'm leaving them. Again, I wish I knew more about toys. Because look at these old Barbies. I mean, they have them priced super high, so obviously they know something about these. I don't. This is another one of those situations where I have limited time here. I don't know if this looks like it's signed or something. See that? Or if they're all like that. That little girl owned that doll. Maybe that's her name. 1979. I don't know. 150 bucks, half price. But I gotta get out of here to go pick up my daughter in the next 15 minutes. So I gotta get rolling, and I gotta check all these comps. So I pulled a bunch of VHS, and the thing that I'm learning about VHS is that it sells way quicker if you figure out some kind of package deal. Jurassic Park and The Lost World together. 2 tapes, they're 50 cents. Also, I found this pack. I have no idea if this is good. The Great Adventure Stories from the Bible. I feel like the religious stuff could do well. Another package is this Laurel and Hardy VHS set. And then I figured I would do a pack of Christmas ones. Little Drummer Boy, Frosty the Snowman. And I've got these Star Trek. Also, I just pulled a bunch of this clothing stuff, and I really didn't check it either. Like this vest right here. I have no idea what this vest is. Oh, there's a cigarette butt in there. That's gross. So, no idea what the brand is on that. Also, I do know that 8-tracks actually can do pretty well. I don't have time to go through all these right now, but this isn't even all the ones they have. I feel like this is pretty rare to see all these, and they have some in the box too. Willie Nelson. I had to rush out of there very quickly. I kind of stopped off to the side to try to comp out, try to get the sell-through rate on all my items. And I'll tell you what, one thing I did just learn, and some of you pointed this out in my last video, it's way quicker in the eBay app to just like snap a picture, you know, in the search bar, especially with like stuff that's standard, like, you know, like VHS tapes, for instance. Although as I was doing that, I was sort of starting to go, I gotta leave soon. And then I looked over at the checkout area and there was a huge line. I went, I might have to abandon my cart, you know? I was like, I don't want to leave my daughter. She's the priority. I got to pick her up. So I'm like, let's just stand. I got like 5 minutes to stand in this line. And luckily it started to move and the self-checkout, one of them opened and I popped in there and beep, 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 beep. Did it real quick. $64.26. All right, half price Monday at the Savers. We'll blast through this stuff quick. This right here is a Gold Star boombox. What's cool about this boombox, you got your CD and your cassette on there. It's got a cassette in there. I wonder what that is. And you can see it's got what it looks like, I don't know if it's Japanese characters. This whole boombox actually has all of these characters on every item, like someone maybe was learning English or didn't know English. $10.99, half price. I found this, another vest. This one has the orange and the camo. I was looking everywhere for an actual tag, and I did find one. Turns out it's a Winchester. It's not that expensive, but when I put this thing on, it's one of the very few items that when I put it on, I was like, yep. And of course I'm gonna wash it. Definitely gonna keep this. Okay, next up we got another vest. This is like a Carhartt style vest. No tags anywhere. It's very nice. $12 half price, so a $6 thing. Probably sell that on Depop. This next item right here, I was pretty excited about. I don't know like a ton about hats, but this just looks like a super high quality hat right here. There was a couple comps that went for a pretty good penny, so I need to do more research on it, but I'm feeling like pretty good about that. It was like $4.50, something like that. I saw this, I thought it looked cool. Cool vintage, it's like a VFW jacket. It's got the old tag Dunbrook, made in the USA, XL. Got the American flag stitched on there. Definitely vintage. I put it on, it's very tight. So, I mean, this must be like a women's XL. Very cool vintage jacket, in my opinion. This one I saw, it just looked like a very nice monitor. Lenovo. Looked like a nice monitor. And my monitor that I have down here, this one is old. I got it for free
It keeps kind of glitching out. A very cool mechanical keyboard. Geodemeyer? Oh, there we go. So I mean, that's pretty sweet. Like, look at that. And then the rest of the stuff I got is all VHS tapes. You gotta love that. 50 cents. Had to. Figured bag and tag them. Let's get them out the door. Right now, I have so much stuff to list. So I have my work cut out for me. A lot to do. Guys, I wanted to share quickly, several people have asked about what I'm using for lighting. You can see right behind me, I have 2 light panels. I acquired 3 little small mini LED light panels. So I have 2 of these lights. This is a bi-color light, so you can do colder or warmer temperatures. And then this one, same deal, except this one will connect to the app. The brand is newer. This one, of course, you can do bi-color, and you can also dial in using the app any color you want, any like red or blue or green. I traded someone off of Facebook Marketplace for these. I traded my Sony CyberShot camera, which I already had it at my house. I didn't thrift it. But the plan is to put them above my listing area. I would put 2 of the bi-color lights hanging up right here, and then the third one, the one that can shoot color, I might just move over here somewhere. I thought maybe mounting it right up here, because this is always an area that I'm sitting, and maybe it would be good to have some extra light here. It's always nice when I sell an item from the bins. And two different people offered me 20 bucks for it, and I turned one of them down, and then the second one came in, and I just decided probably should just do it. Paid $1 for it, and it is a nice vest. We're gonna open this very special care package that I have here. This is from a company called Card Slinger. This is the tool I've been talking about that's gonna help us blast through all of our cards to figure out what they're worth. But I reached out to them because I've seen their product, and it looks awesome. You pull up an app, you put your phone down there, you just feed them down there like that. These 136 cards in value tells me that they're worth $51.71. So now I'm curious to see hobby scan. In my first test of this, I love the functionality of it. I do think it takes a lot of the time and effort out of having to like take a picture and like do each card. It has a handshake with different apps, but you still have to know a lot about cards, and you still have, there's a learning curve when it comes to like using the app and finding the best way to scan. And I like this. I want to keep wrapping my head around this. I think what I need to do is get one of those big boxes that allows me to organize all my cards as I scan them. Right now I kind of just wanted to break this out and just give it a go. So we've got the sun out now, which is nice. So now we can actually get to shoveling, because now we have to leave. We got errands we got to run. We're at the Thrift today. They have reel-to-reel tapes here. I think that's what this is. They never see that. Here's someone recorded Dark Side of the Moon. I've never seen these in a thrift store, these reel-to-reel tapes. Some pint glasses from the Hard Rock. So my wife found these really nice plates, and they do actually look good. Courier and Ives, there's 2 plates, 2 dessert dishes, and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 saucers, it looks like. Courier and Ives, the old grist mill. It looks like they actually do pretty well. I just don't know that much about plates yet. And I know some of you do. So what do you think about that? That was $8 for all of that. Would you get that? This is cool, look at this. You don't ever see like old Pioneer stuff in the box like this. And that box is just sweet. It's like a headphone connector. Yeah, sell-through rate on that, not good. But cool item. The whole point of this was to get this off of a stand. It's so small too. Little stand I got off of Amazon. I'll link it below if you're interested. It works, you know. It's mounted to the ceiling. You can kind of raise it up if you need to, kind of get it out of the way. Okay, I think that works right there. This is what it looks like. I got one up on the ceiling, and it's kind of out of the way now. These lights are pretty affordable, and I was a little bit concerned that they would be too small, but actually, they work. So as you guys can see, I ended up having to get this little right angle drill bit to be able to get up in here to put this bracket in the ceiling. That one was a little bit tricky, and I had to take off the arm. All right, I'm excited to share with you guys a couple of updates. The first one is that light right there. Right now it's kind of matching the color of that light. When I do my intros and outros, I can put that on a different color and have that be a pop of color in the background. You may have already noticed that in this video. I took both of these and I've mounted these on the ceiling. There's the mounts, and so I can use, you know, these big lights. These are my more professional lights. I've been constantly having to move those lights from the listing area over to here if I want to shoot something over here. And the whole purpose of just this table right here is just to have just another space. But yeah, my shelving system has been working out great. I've been using it. Still have a lot to list. Still have a lot of stuff to list. The listing of items has definitely been the hardest part for me. So yeah, and then I was staying up until like 4 a.m. every night or 3 a.m. to like try to list everything. And that's been tough. I need to catch up on sleep. And so I've been trying to make an effort to do that. I've actually got no other sales this week. I had a couple things over the weekend. Right now it's Wednesday. Haven't had any other sales, probably because I'm not listing enough. And that's it. Also, my daughter was a little sick too, so we've all kind of been feeling like we need our rest. And it's been snowing a lot. I'm kind of having to slow down a little bit on the sourcing, just a little bit, because you know I haven't gone to the bins yet this week because I have a lot of stuff to list, and I need to be disciplined about like, okay, well, if you have a window, sit down and list stuff. I do feel like I have to confess to you all that I do feel like I've been in a little bit of a rut this week. You know, for making these videos, I always try to think of like what's actually happening in my life, what good thing is happening, what hard thing is happening, and I'm just trying to be honest about where I'm at in my journey and share that in each video and try to think of a unique lens to see each week, each video through. You know, today I was thinking about what is this week's lens, and all that I could come up with so far, and it's the honest truth, is just that just the motivation and the struggle a little bit this week is becoming a real thing. And now I'm kind of feeling a little under the weather. But yeah, this is just me being real with you guys. The eBay sales have sort of dramatically slowed down this week. And I haven't been, I just, this like itching thing in the back of my head is like, you gotta list, you gotta list, you gotta list. And I just haven't been able to do it. Case in point, I have this Sony, and I wanna list this. However, there's like home movies that I wanna digitize with this. My wife has some home movies that was shot on this format that I wanna digitize, and tapes that this thing came with that I wanted to digitize. And I've been sitting on this, and I'm like, this is like a $100 camera. And I ordered a S-video cable so that I could use it for this. I want to get the ball rolling on this. You know, sometimes you just gotta do one thing, you know? Sometimes that's the easy part. It's like, just do one thing. Maybe I can't get everything that I have in my death pile listed tonight, but maybe I can do one thing. And this one thing is fun. This one thing is going to be popping those tapes into this camera and seeing if we could digitize them. Again, I got this camera off of Facebook Marketplace. Let's pop these tapes in and just see how this is going to go. So I hit record on this thing, and we're going to hit.
Keep it on.
All right, y'all. Well, the verdict on the tapes was, it was okay. I feel a little bit weird sharing people's footage of themselves. Just a bunch of like day in the life footage of like some people hanging out, smoking some grass, playing some music, a couple like live shows at like cookouts outside and stuff. And yeah, I don't know, this might be the end of the video. this week's video. I really want to like push hard every week and do the best stuff and show you guys some of the coolest things I can find and do and learn. And you're gonna have weeks like this that are just sort of like normal, run-of-the-mill, less exciting. Hopefully some of me talking about some of my challenges will resonate with you guys. We're doing the best we can. I'm doing the best I can over here. It's my encouragement to you guys is to just do the same over there. Every day, give it your all. And on days when you can't give it your all, do the best you can. Congratulations, because you've made it to the part of the video I call the cheat sheet. It's the part where I get real when it comes to everything I've been learning about reselling so far. I feel like this video, I'm being tough on myself because didn't film enough, I didn't do a good enough job, wasn't actively learning and doing enough this week, but I'm giving myself a break, guys. Okay, I'm taking a little bit of the pressure off, and that's the first thing I wanted to talk about, is taking a little bit of the pressure off of yourself. Reselling stuff, making YouTube videos, trying to like up the ante every week, it's not sustainable, right? So you just have to be resolute that sometimes it's just not going to be as good. And the important part is, again, showing up, putting the work in. In my last career as a TV producer, that's something that you learn, is that there's always a quick scramble to get something done. People want things done the best, they want it done fast, and they want to do it for as little money as possible, always. And so they find the people that are going to make that happen for them. And what you just end up with is just sometimes, not always, but sometimes what you end up with is a system that's just not sustainable and can kind of burn people out. So starting this business, doing this for myself, was sort of a break from that. Sort of like listen, I get to work for myself. I get to make these videos how I want to make them and be creative on my own terms, and also start a little reselling business. It's just something that I'm interested in. So it just generally fills me with joy and allows me to use my creativity. But the thing I don't want to have happen, right, is that I get too much pressure on myself and I start to go down that wormhole. And I definitely have. So this is just a reminder that this week, it's like, take the pressure off yourself. Everything's not always going to be perfect. What is actually happening? What is the realest thing that's happening? And that is that I'm kind of having a little bit of a hard week, a little bit of a hard time. And that's what I did. That's what this video is. And that's also the case when it comes to the reselling stuff, right? I'm not able to list as much as I want to list, and I'm not able to do as much as I feel like I want to do. You just got to be real with yourself. Sometimes that's just not possible. You pick up the pieces, you learn what you can, and you soldier on. When it does come to my weak spots and what I am learning from my having a tough week, what I'm learning is that I do need to focus in on having a regiment of how I'm going to be listing stuff. Right? Like, because I don't have those big long windows of like 6 hours where I could sit and list everything. I have had that. Usually it's at the end of the night and I stay up till 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. and then I'm really tired, and that's not a sustainable cycle. So like, what is a sustainable cycle? Probably making drafts as I go and then rolling 1 or 2 out a day on eBay, and then having a day where I take photos and make drafts, and then another day where I roll them out slowly. I haven't nailed that yet, though, and that is a hard part about the business, right? Sourcing is not an issue. I love it. I think probably a lot of people would say that's usually the fun part, right? Tough part's going to be listing, storing, the administrative tasks, and I do want stuff to be perfect when I list it, and I do want, have it all tested and make sure this is happening and that's happening and this is clear and keywords and everything, and you do want to do that. But sometimes, again, it's not going to be perfect. So sometimes just like having it done is better than being perfect. And on these videos, I've been focusing on that too. Like 80% sometimes is done. Once you get past the 80% mark of something, whether it's a painting or you listing something on eBay or making a video, whatever task you're working on, sometimes when you get to the 80% complete point, that needs to be the done point. Because sometimes the 80 to 100, that period you spend way too much time on, and it actually doesn't have that much of an impact or improvement related to the time. You get diminishing returns on that last little bit. So maybe whatever you're working on, if you're having a hard time with something, or if it's your work and you don't want to be working, give it 80% effort or even less. Because sometimes that extra little 20% is not even worth your time or anybody else's time, and it actually doesn't make the thing better. Sometimes you have to practice just letting go. So I don't know what the lesson there was. That's just me rambling. but I need to get better about listing. I need to find a better system for that. I do want to say real quick about, I know this has been kind of a lot about like making these videos, probably because normally when you're having a tough week with your business, you just have a tough week and you move on. But I'm making videos and documenting all of this, so it adds another layer of having to be clear and like get in my head and think about this stuff. So another point about the videos is I'm not going to stop making them no matter what, right? Like we're going to keep going and doing this no matter what. So if you're here and you're watching this part of the video, you're probably a ride or die, and I thank you so much for sticking with me. I will be transparent with you that at some point, probably, I'm just looking at the writing on the wall, I'm gonna have to try to continue getting another job to like facilitate more income. It's the holidays, things are getting a little bit tight, and yeah, I'm not really making any money doing this yet. The YouTube monetization has helped a little bit, but I haven't collected any of that money. I do plan on making a video about how much that is and that has been. But yeah, I'm looking down at the writing on the wall and thinking, I'm gonna have to get a job. And when I do get a job, it probably will be for a short period of time, and I wanna keep making these videos even then. And what's that gonna look like? How's that gonna work? Finding childcare situation and figuring out that whole puzzle piece is tough. You know, I would rather just be able to do this 100% and not have to switch anything and go even harder into making videos and exploring and investing in this. But at some point, I'm probably going to have to work unless things dramatically shift in the next like 2 months. We're going to see. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to nose to the grindstone. But I just want you all to rest assured the videos will not stop no matter what. This has always been my goal. It is my goal. But that's it. I wish I had a lot more to say with you guys. Coming up next, I do think I'm going to be waking up super early on Saturday and hitting up the once a month flea market that's here in town. So I'm hoping that's going to happen and I can feel better and I can be able to go do that on Saturday morning. So that will be coming. Estate sales have also been in the works, but the problem is the estate sales are usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they usually start at like 10 or noon. So if I'm going to put one in the video this week, I would have had to have gone today at 10 a.m. and I'm here making this video. So I need to plan that more strategically. And if you ever want to reach out to me, my email is in the description. You can follow me on Instagram while I'm going to post more frequent updates. And my shorts game has been lacking. So I do want to make more shorts for Instagram and for TikTok. And I'm thinking about like a show idea, a short show idea that I can make into Reels content. If you have an idea for what a shorts show could be, pitch me your idea for a short show. Not just like, here's what I found at the thrift store, because I do that in these videos, and I don't just want to take these videos and make them into shorts. I want to think of a fun little show that I could make. Like, you know, people do like the subway takes where they give their hot take while they're riding the subway. Something quick and easy like that, but in the world of reselling, in the world of thrifting, in the creative world of kind of exploring interesting, unique topics. If anybody has an idea, put it below. I'm interested to hear it because I do want to up the ante with the shorts content. Something I need to do for sure in the new year. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking now. Thank you for being here. If you haven't done so already, click subscribe and share this video with someone else who might be into this kind of stuff, because us weirdos, we got to stick together. You're not going to get sick with a virtual kiss, okay? You might get sick if I actually kissed you, but I'm not going to actually kiss you, okay? I don't know. This has got weird, didn't it? You didn't ask for that? Nobody asked for that. And now I'm talking about it all of a sudden. So, that's it.